So we can see three pictures are there. One is a boy. Next one is there is a boy who is writing something, and on the next picture there are the wrestler. These are, yes, you doing wrestling. So now what are the relations of these three pictures? Yes, you with the text with the lesson. So now start. I was still a thief when I met Anil. So, who is the narrator? There is a boy. Yes, you that boy mean that blue t-shirt boy. Yes, he is going to narrate the story. He is speaking. He is going to tell that here I was still a thief. So, mean that boy is still a thief. And when he met with Anil. So, who is this Anil? Yes, so who is writing in his notebook? Who is writing something? Mean to say writer. So, he is Anil. So, when he met with Anil, so that time he was also a thief. Yes, you. And though only 15, and that time I was only 15 years old. I was an experienced and fairly successful hand. Yes, you. He was as yes, you. He was an experienced and fairly successful. Mean he was an experienced person. Yes, you to cheat the people. So Anil was watching a wrestling match. So when I approached him, so Anil was watching a wrestling match that they both met to each other. So Anil was also in a wrestling match. He was in a ground, and on the other side, yes, there is a boy who came to that, yeah, who went to that Anil, and they both meet to each other. So what happened there? And he was about 25 years, at all lean fellow. So who was this? This is Anil, and Anil was a 25 years old boy, and he was a lean fellow. He was a thin fellow. He was a thin fellow, and he looked easygoing. And it seemed that this was, yes, this is a good person. This is a easygoing. Yes, you this mean to make a fool of that boy. To make fool of him is not a yes, hard job. Is not a hard task. तो उसको बेवकूफ बनाना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं थी, ऐसा भी उसको लग रहा था. And that person mean Anil was a kind and simple enough for my purpose. So he was making fun. Yeah, he was making cheat of them. He was making, yes, you full of them. So that's why Anil was a simple sober person, and he went to Anil, and he was going to cheat Anil. How we will read more. Yeah, I had not had much luck of late and thought. So, mean to say, he was going to tell that you my luck is a good luck, and I do not wait. Yeah, I do not do the things in a later. I do not do the things late. So I thought I might be able to get into the young man's confidence. So that's why he went to Anil and he talked to Anil, and he was thinking that Anil will be a good person. Anil, I will speak in my confidence of to Anil. So you look a bit of a wrestler yourself. When he reached to Anil, so then he spoke to Anil. Yes, you look a bit of a wrestler yourself. कि तुम भी एक पहलवान की तरह दिखते हो. I said. So that boy, Anil ने कहा, उसने कहा. Okay, a little flattery helps in making friends because we have to make flattery. We have to do flattery to get confidence, या to uh, take confidence anybody. तो हमें उसकी फ्लैटरी चापलूसी करनी पड़ती है. Then show you do, he replied. उसने कहा कि भाई तुम एक पहलवान की तरह दिखते हो. उसने कहा कि तुम भी तो दिखते हो. Which put me off for a moment. And after that, that boy, yes, you keep quiet himself for a moment. Because at that time I was rather thin. Because that time I was a thin boy. I was a very, yes, you patla sa कि मैं लड़का था. Well, I said modestly, yes, you next time he was, yes, you speaking. Next time he tried to speak again. And yes, you he made a humble behave. He made a humble request that I do wrestle a bit. I do wrestle a bit. हाँ, मैं भी थोड़ी बहुत पहलवानी करता हूँ. What is your name? Haris said. So when the yes you Anil asked his name, so what is your name? Then he spoke his name Haris. I lied. Okay, and I told him my name, and my name is Hari Singh, and that was a lie. एक झूठ था. And I took a new name every month because that boy was taking new name every month. That kept me ahead of the police. And this thing mean when he was calling his name, yeah, when he was changing his name, so these things keep him ahead from the police and my former employers also. After this introduction, they got introduct to each other. They got yes, you interact. Yes, they have known to each other. He is Anil, and he what you are Hari Singh. So they have got the things. Anil talked about the well-oiled wrestler who were grunting, lifting, and throwing each other about. So Anil was talking about a wrestler. That wrestler was well oiled. Yes, he put oil on his body and he was fighting with the other and he was throwing, he was lifting the other players also. And Anil was talking about that boy, that wrestler. I did not have much to say. Anil walked away. So after that, Anil walked away. He did not have anything to speak. So then that's why he left the match and he went away, walked away. I followed casually. Hello again. So I followed him. Who followed him? Yes, you, that boy. हरी सिंह फॉलोड हिम, उसके पीछे गया. हेलो अगेन एंड ही सेड, और उसने हमने एक दूसरे से हेलो कहा और कहा आई गेव हिम माई मोस्ट अपीलिंग अट्रैक्टिव स्माइल, और मैं उसकी तरफ मुस्कुराते हुए, हु इज स्माइलिंग, हु हैड स्माइलिंग अपीलिंग स्माइलिंग, यस दैट इज हरी सिंह, तो उसकी तरफ मुस्कुराते कहा आई वांट टू वर्क फॉर यू, आई सेड. देन हरी सिंह टोल्ड हिम, हरी सिंह आस्क्ड हिम, सर आई वांट टू वर्क फॉर यू बट आई कैन नॉट पे यू. सो देन नेक्स्ट अनिल ने क्या कहा कि भाई मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है देने के लिए. I thought over for a minute. So after that he was quiet. He was not speaking something. So for a minute he was quiet, and after sometimes after a minute he spoke. Perhaps I had misjudged my man. So this man is not good for me because I have to steal the things, and this person does not have anything. So this person is not good for me. So can you feed me? Can you cook? So then he asked, yes, you can you feed me? ठीक है, आप मुझे पैसे मत देना, आप मुझे खाना खिला देना. So then he asked, can you cook? क्या तुम पका सकते हो? Yes, I can cook. I lied again. हाँ मैं पका सकता हूँ. और फिर से उसने झूठ बोल दिया. If you can cook, then maybe I can feed you. Yes, you. So now, right, mean Anil is speaking. Yes, you. If you can cook, then maybe I can give food. I can feed you. तो ठीक है, अगर तुम खाना पका सकते हो तो मैं तुम्हें खिला सकता हूँ तुम्हें. Yes, you. He took me to his room over the Jumna sweet shop and told me I could sleep on the balcony. So he took him to his room, and that room was on the Jumna sweet shop. Jumna sweet shop. And yes, you he told mean Anil told Hari Singh, you have to sleep here, कि आपको बालकनी में सोना है. But the meal I cooked. But when he yes you cooked the meal that night must have been terrible. It was very terrible. It was very mean yes you dangerous. बहुत ही बुरा था because Anil gave it to a stray dog and told me to be off. और अनिल ने वो खाना जो मैंने बनाया था ना वो कुत्तों को डाला और मुझे यहाँ वहां से जाने के लिए कहा. बट आई जस्ट हंग अराउंड, बट मैं वहीं पे घूमता रहा. स्माइलिंग इन माई मोस्ट अपीलिंग वे, और अपने ढंग से मैं मुस्कुराता रहा. यस यू एंड ही कुड नॉट हेल्प लाफिंग, और वो मेरे साथ हंसा नहीं. यस लेटर ही पैटेड मी ऑन द हेड एंड सेड नेवर माइंड. ओके, फिर उसने अनिल ने मेरे सिर पे थपकी दी, मुझे सिर पे से थपथपाया और कहा कि ठीक है चिंता मत करो तुम मेरे साथ रहो. He would teach me to cook. He would teach me to cook. उसने मुझे खाना पकाना भी सिखाएगा. He also taught me to write my name. और उसने मुझे मेरा नाम लिखना भी सिखाया. And said और कहा he would soon teach me to write whole sentences and to add numbers. और उसने कहा कि मैं तुम्हें बड़े बड़े सेंटेंस बनाना भी सिखा दूंगा और तुम्हें जोड़ करना भी सिखा दूंगा. I was grateful. Okay, that boy. Hari Singh was grateful of Anil, and I knew that I could write like an educated man. There would be no limit to what I could achieve. So when I would start writing. After that, there will be no foundations for me. I can earn much money. I was quite pleasant working for Anil. So he was happy working with Anil for Anil, and I made tea in the morning. Then I would take my time buying the day's supply. So first morning time he was making tea for him, for Anil, and after that he was going to market, and from market he was buying vegetables, buying other things, and usually make a profit of about a rupee a day. And he was making money every day. When he was going outside, he was making money So Hari Singh happy because he was getting something, he was learning something, and next is when he was going to market to buy vegetables, to buy other things. So that time he was making money because yes, you rest money, remaining money he has to put in his pocket. So every day he was getting, he was making money a day, rupees a day. I think he knew I made a little money this way, but he did not seem to mind. So, and that boy Anil is also know the thing that Hari Singh is making money, and he was saving money from the vegetables, from the other things. He was making money. So after that, he didn't show anything. So next one is there. Anil made money by fits and starts. So fits and starts mean not working on something consistently. So Anil was writing and he was doing different jobs of writing. So that he did not have permanent work. So he would borrow 1 week. So he had to take money. He had to borrow money from the other and lend the next. And next week he was giving that money to the people. He kept worrying about his next check, and always he was yes, you worried about his next check, about his next cash. But as soon as it arrived, he would go out and celebrate. And when he get money, he went outside for celebrations. It seems he wrote for magazines. And now Rising is telling us that Anil was writing for a magazine. A queer mean a strange way to make a living, and that is a very very bad thing. Yes, you to make a living. One evening he came home with a smile, bundle of notes. So when Anil came home and he had some bundles of notes, yes, you with him and saying, and he told him, yeah, he told to Hari Singh he had just sold a book to a publisher, and that's why he got money. So he got money. Why for? Because he had sold his book to a publisher, and that publisher gave him money. So that's why this money are there. So up to here we will do, and the rest part we will do tomorrow. Thank you. Have a nice day. Watch video and try to understand the concept. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Hello students, so today we are going to start lesson second, the thief's story, and this lesson is written by Ruskin Bond, and in this lesson we will come to know how a gentleman transform a bad person, transform a thief into a good person. So we will come to know. So there are two characters. One is Anil, and this Anil is a writer, and second one is there as a thief, and in this story, yes, you thief, that thief gave its name Hari Singh because yes, he was hiding himself from the police. That's why he was changing his name, yes, monthly. He was changing his name randomly. So when he was going to a new place, so he changed his name. So in this story, when he met with Anil, so he put his name, he was calling his name, I'm Hari Singh. So let's know more about Hari Singh and Anil, what happened to Anil and what happened to Hari Singh, and how Hari Singh became a good person. Let's know more about this lesson. So let's start this one.